2010. She was found dead in her apartment, but nothing made sense. In the early months of 2010, something deeply unsettling happened inside a quiet apartment building. Not a scream, not a struggle, just a body, in a scene that refused to explain itself. She was in her late 20s, lived alone, kept to herself, no known enemies, no history of danger. Yet that's how they found her, dead on her living room floor. At first glance, it looked simple, too simple. The door was locked from the inside. No broken windows, no forced entry, no signs of fight. Her phone was beside her, still charged. No emergency calls, no unfinished texts. Police thought it would be quick, an easy report. Another case closed before dinner. But the apartment felt wrong. The lights were on, every single one, even the bathroom, even the hallway. Her TV was playing, muted, paused on a random frame, and the clock on the wall stopped, exactly at 2:17 a.m. That time would come back later. Her body showed no obvious trauma, no stab wounds, no gunshots, no blood. The official guess came fast. Natural causes, sudden collapse. But then the medical examiner spoke up. Her lungs were clear. Her heart showed no defect, no aneurysm, no stroke. And there was something else. Bruising. Small, faint, around her wrists. Not enough to scream violence, but enough to whisper it. Investigators checked her background. No criminal record, no restraining orders, no recent arguments reported. Her neighbors heard nothing. No shouting, no footsteps, no doors slamming. One neighbor did mention something strange. At around 2 a.m., the hallway lights flickered. Just once, then back to normal. Maintenance said the wiring was fine. Then came the phone records. Her last call wasn't to family, or friends, or work. It was to a number saved with no name. Duration, 47 seconds. No voicemail, no follow-up. Police traced the number. It belonged to a prepaid phone, registered to no one, purchased in cash, activated 3 days earlier, and used only once. Her computer was next. No signs of hacking, no threatening messages. But one thing stood out. At 1:58 a.m., she searched one phrase. Can someone enter a locked apartment without breaking in? 19 minutes later, she was dead. The timeline didn't sit right. If she was scared enough to search that, why didn't she call the police? Why didn't she run? Then they checked the security cameras. The building had cameras. Old ones, grainy, but functional. At 1:42 a.m., she entered the building alone, carrying groceries. Calm, normal. At 2:03 a.m., the elevator camera glitched for exactly 12 seconds. When it came back on, the elevator was empty. No footage ever showed her leaving. No footage showed anyone else entering her floor. Yet something did, because when investigators replayed the hallway audio, not video, audio, they heard it. A soft sound at 2:16 a.m., not a scream. A voice, low, male, saying just 3 words. Open the door. The voice was never identified. The audio file was clean, untampered. Then came the autopsy update. Cause of death was officially listed as undetermined. But one detail changed everything. Her toxicology report showed a substance. Rare, fast-acting, odorless, one that could cause sudden paralysis, then death, and it wouldn't leave clear marks. The problem? That substance wasn't sold legally. Not to civilians, not to hospitals. It was used in specialized facilities, military, or research. Police tried to track where it could come from. Every lead hit a wall. Then, weeks later, her family found something. Hidden behind a bookshelf, taped to the wall. A spare key, not hers. The apartment manager confirmed it. That key did not belong to the building, meaning someone had access. But no one could explain how. The case stalled. Months passed. Then a letter arrived at the police station. No return address. Typed. No fingerprints. Inside was a single sentence. You're looking at the wrong time. Attached was a photo. Her living room, taken from inside the apartment. Time stamped. 2:17 a.m. The exact moment the clock stopped. Police rushed back to the evidence, re-examined everything, and that's when they noticed it. The clock hadn't stopped due to battery failure. It had been manually stopped. Someone was there long enough to do that. Someone calm. Someone unafraid. The case was quietly reopened. But before any arrests were made, the prepaid phone number activated again. One outgoing call, placed at 2:17 a.m., this time to a detective assigned to the case. The call lasted 12 seconds. No words, just breathing. The call shook the department. 12 seconds. Heavy breathing. No words. The detective froze when he heard the timestamp. 2:17 a.m. The exact minute she died. And now, weeks later, someone was recreating it. Police traced the prepaid phone again. This time, it pinged a tower only 3 miles from the apartment. Too close to be coincidence. Officers swept the area. Nothing. No phone. No suspect. No witnesses. But the call did something important. It forced the case wide open. The evidence was re-examined from scratch. Every second, every sound, every inconsistency. And that's when they noticed something everyone missed. The elevator glitch. Originally dismissed as a system error. But when a tech specialist slowed it down frame by frame, a shape appeared. Not a person walking in. A reflection. On the metal wall. Tall. Broad shoulders. Standing behind her. The glitch started the moment the reflection appeared. And ended once the elevator doors closed. Meaning someone entered without ever facing the camera. That detail changed everything. Investigators went back to the apartment. This time, they weren't looking for evidence. They were looking for patterns. The lights, the clock, the TV, all left on. Not randomly, deliberately. Someone wanted the scene to look normal. Too normal. Then they pulled other unsolved cases. Deaths ruled natural. Locked rooms. No forced entry. And the timestamps lined up. Always late night. Always between 2 o'clock and 2:30 a.m. Always apartments. 3 cases. Different cities. Different victims. Same silence. Same rare substance. Same unexplained access. This wasn't an accident. It was a system. The break came from an unexpected place. A former building contractor. He recognized the spare key. Not from the apartment. From a master access kit. Old. Discontinued. Used only by private security firms years ago. One firm stood out. Defunct. Shut down quietly. No public records. But former employees existed. One name kept appearing. A man who specialized in controlled entries. No criminal history. No known address. Off the grid. But he had a pattern. He worked nights. And his employment ended in 2009. 1 year before the first death. Police finally got lucky. A traffic camera caught a familiar vehicle near the apartment. Not the night she died. The night the letter was mailed. Same vehicle appeared near 2 other past cases. They tracked it to a storage facility. Inside, they found the phone. The prepaid one. Along with others. All labeled. Dates. Times. Addresses. And one final envelope. Unsent. Inside was a printed photograph. The detective's front door. Time-stamped. 2:16 a.m. That was enough. A warrant went out. The suspect was located hours later. Living alone. No resistance. No denial. Just silence. During interrogation, he finally spoke. One sentence. They never screamed because they never could. He explained everything. He wasn't there to rob or kill out of anger. He believed he was correcting anomalies. People who, in his words, shouldn't have been there. How he chose them, he wouldn't say, but he left one final twist. He smiled and said, "You still don't know about the others." Police searched his storage unit again. Behind a false wall, they found a notebook. More names, more dates, some crossed out, some not. The last page was blank, except for one line written in fresh ink. 2:17 a.m., pending. The case was closed. Officially, the suspect was sentenced. But quietly, investigators admitted the truth. They could never confirm how many victims there really were. And every year since, at exactly 2:17 a.m., in different cities, apartment lights flicker, clocks stop, and people report a soft voice outside their door saying, "Open the door."